So, hello Arna, how are you?
I'm really fine, thank you. I'm really alright. It's our first meeting, so would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. My name is Sapna Raghuvanshi and I'm from Jaunpur, UP. And by profession, I'm private school teacher as well as homemaker and also a mother of one kid. And simultaneously, I'm running my YouTube channel by the name Sapna Raghuvanshi. So that's little bit about myself. Now I'm very excited to know about yourself. Please introduce.
Okay, so my name is Arna Shukla. I'm 9 years old. I study. I'm I study in class 4 right now, but so I'm going to fifth class in 10th March. And I study in a public school, and so I'm talking to you from Bhopal, the capital of Madhya Pradesh. And I have a YouTube channel called The Arna is where I upload conversational English videos. This is all about me.
Wow, that's a wonderful introduction, Arna, I must say. And how did you learn such a beautiful English with a beautiful accent in such a small age? Please just share something.
Well, I didn't do any specific thing or any need code tuition for this. I just practice myself at home. I just follow some YouTubers and talk to native speakers.
Okay, means you talked to native speaker. That's why your accent is also just like native speaker. That's
Yes.
amazing. Wow. So nowadays, what are you doing to enhance your speaking? Are you doing something else, something new?
No, I don't. Uh, I'm not doing anything new. I'm just following the same tip.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so much shocked. I'm feeling myself speechless after facing you, Arna. What to say? Oh my God, you are a
Thank,
wonderful girl.
thank you for your
So,
kind words.
so are you also reading books except of your study book, your class book?
Yes, I do read books, but I don't. But I use this the tip least because I don't have much books. I usually use. That's why I usually use my study books.
Okay. So how do you manage your time for focusing on English communication? Just because you are 9 years old and you are studying also in fourth standard, so you must be facing lots of homework from your school. Are you also taking coaching classes or you are studying at your home only?
Well, I used to go to coaching classes, but now I study at home.
Wow, that's great. So your parents
And
must
right
be
now
teaching
it's
you.
a holiday, so right now it's a holiday, so we're not getting much homework. I am having free time
Okay.
for practicing.
Okay. So in your school, your all teachers are speaking English only with the student or native language also they are using.
Well, some well sometimes so they use their native language and when they teach they use English.
Wow. So they must be also surprised by observing your way of speaking, like how such a small girl can speak like this. Just right now, I am so much shocked, Arna. So would you like to give any mantra to the students of a third, fourth standard, just of your same age? Like how they can motivate to learn English communication, because I am also teacher, and mostly I'm just always I'm just forcing my student to speak English. I'm just encouraging them, and they are also trying, but they are not so much fluent. And I have a son also, so my son is also just like you, means of your same age, but he is also not speaking. So, would you like to share something so that they can also get motivation from your side to speak English just like you?
Well, if well for practicing English, so they can follow some YouTubers or they use tongue twisters. They can even practice the grammar, right? And if they want, they can practice a new accent. So like how I'm doing. And I'm practicing English and I'm also practicing it's like British accent.
Okay. So Arna, just tell me one thing,
And I
Babu.
also and I also want to tell the 5 tips which a beginner could use to practice English. I even have a video about it in my YouTube channel. If you want, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch the video for more details. So the
Yes,
first one
yes.
is
I will go through your video. And I would love to watch your video just because you are really amazing, Arna. So tell me, Babu, like how long have you been learning? Just because you are so small. Since when you started learning English?
well, so I've been practicing. Well, I've been practicing since 5 or 6 years ago. I was 3 years old that time.
Oh my God, that's great. So your parents are also speaking English?
Well, they use English with me sometimes, and they know English, but they don't know English much. They usually speak Hindi most of the time.
Okay. Means you got all the motivation from inside you, not the outside world. I can say.
But no, my parents are encouraging me to practice English, even though they don't know,
Yes.
because they have to practice themselves before teaching me.
Yes, Arna, but you know, as you are saying that your parents always encouraged you to speak English, to learn English. But being a parent, also doing the same thing. Just I'm always encouraging my son to speak English, to focus on English communication, because you know nowadays we all know very well like English in language is very important. We have to face everywhere in this world, but you know my son is not focusing. That's why I was telling that you got the real motivation from the inside. If you are having desire to do something, only then someone can motivate you. And if you are not having desire to do something, so no one can motivate you, no one can encourage you. That's why, just because you are good girl, that's why you are obeying your parents, you are following their instruction. So your parents are also very lucky, I must say. So
Thank you for
Arna,
thank you for your advice.
yes, and I can observe that you are, I think, under the weather.
No,
You
I'm
are not.
not. Why?
Just, just because I was thinking that you are feeling cold, cough and cold type something. That's
Oh
why
yes.
you are doing like this. That's why.
So can I ask
Okay.
some questions too?
Yes, yes, of course. You are free to ask.
So like, how do you practice English?
I am also practicing English in the same way as you are doing, just because you know, at my surrounding, I also don't get any English environment, and I am learning by myself only by observing and lots of YouTubers, and by observing their journey, like how they start. So in the same way, I can also start. So like this, I have also started. I can say 6 months back, if I talk 6th or 7th month back, so I was not speaking like this. Means I knew English very well. And I was also trying to speak always. But whenever I was speaking, I was speaking in fear. I was just shivering. I was just so much underconfident. But by doing speaking practice on daily basis, nowadays, I'm just speaking comfortably and confidently with anyone. So yes, practice can make man perfect. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but yes, I can say like practice is something that improved a lot, like confidence level.
You're right. I heard that a lot from elders.
Yes. So okay. So let's talk something importance of book, or we can say, because you know in you are studying in fourth standard, and I am teaching in fourth class. So recently I have got my student learned an essay on books are real friend. So would you like to say something? Books are real friend, because this is very interesting topic for you, just because you are able to share your opinion on this topic?
Books are, yes, I know some things about books. Books are like best friends because books teach us a lot of things. That's why we should read books to improve our languages. And sometimes they can entertain you.
Yes,
We
yes.
could a lot of things, and it could give a lot of knowledge to people. A lot of You might have seen a lot of people with lots of knowledge, like Albert Einstein. They have got so much knowledge just from books. That's why they say books are our best friends.
Yes. And you are the best friend of books, I can say, Arna. And you are also the best friend of all the kids and all the learners and beginners in English. They all can get motivation from you. Like if such a small girl can speak English in such a fluent way and wonderful way, so everyone can speak. And one thing, Arna, I also want to speak English in very emphasizing way, and I'm also trying always.
Well, sometimes I you do forget using words in a
Yes.
conversation sometimes, but sometimes it happens like a miracle that I remember to use them.
Okay, the same thing. The same thing is happening with me. So, Anna, I also want to ask one question. Like, did you focus on grammar in your initial day? Just because you are so small and you are speaking like English like this, so this is quite surprising for each and everyone. And just like you, there's also a small girl, Tanishka. She is also speaking such a fluent English. So you, Tanishka, means you guys are just you small kids are getting me surprised, shocked, I can say. By observing you, sometime I am feeling myself nervous in front of you. I need to learn a lot to face you guys. So like this. So how much you focused on grammar in your initial day when you started learning?
Well, you well, I focused. Well, I think I focused a lot on grammar. But even though I think accent and pronunciations are more important to the grammar, he focus on grammar topics like tenses and parts of speech, nouns, pronouns, verbs. But usually I focus more on the topic called tenses. Because I think I'm a lot weak in that topic. Like, so I can say that you focused in the medium level of grammar.
Yes, yes. And as you are saying that you are in fourth standard, so in your class, means in your subject English, you must be also facing this topic, tenses in fourth standard, because I am also teaching in fourth standard, so I am teaching this topic. Means I have taught tense to my student, but it's not in detail. Means only like simple present, simple past, simple future, sometimes continuous, but only these topics are available in my books. And present perfect continuous, or future perfect continuous, or past perfect continuous, these topics are not available. So like this, in your means from your book also you must have learned something about tenses.
Yes, we did learn something about tenses, but just one problem. There, in our book, there is only simple present and
Yes.
simple past and simple future and continuous. There's only a simple indefinite tense and continuous tense in our books. There's no perfect and perfect continuous.
Yes, so the same thing, as that's why I was telling. Even I am teaching up to fifth, so even in fifth also, means present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. These topics are not in book. And yes, but in direct and indirect speech is also. So in this way. But if you are speaking English like this, so I can imagine like you must have learned grammar deeply. Just out of your study, I can say, out of your book, out of your syllabus, you have learned, I think.
Yes, I think you're right.
And your teacher also must be appreciating you so much for your talent.
Yes, my class teacher, Pratibha ma'am, and even my science and SST teacher likes me. They even watched my YouTube channel, and they even know that
Wow.
it's monetized.
Wow, Anna, that's a great news that your teachers are watching. And I can claim that your teachers sometimes they must be also learning something from you. Because I'm also teacher and I can say whenever I watch your video, so definitely I will learn something from you. Would you like to ask something?
Yes, I want to ask, like, what's your
Okay.
strength and weakness?
Means regarding English.
No, not regarding English. It could be anything.
Okay, it could be anything. So my weakness, I can say, like whenever I get angry and frustrated sometime, because we are human beings, so sometime it's happen. So sometime what I did, sometime I just vented out my anger on my son. Nowadays, I'm just controlling this thing. This is my weakness, I can say. But nowadays, I'm not doing this. And sometimes I there's also weakness inside me that I get offended and I get hurt inside over small things sometime, I can say. And if I talk about my strength, so yes, my strength is that I am very positive person, and I can say like yes, i I have a ability or capability to be happy in each and every situation, whether it's tough, whether it's happy. I always try to be happy, and I'm always ready to face, to tackle any difficulties, any tough situation in my life. So this is my strength. Just I'm a bold lady, I can say. I think we have talked enough for today. Okay, so we should wind up the session, and in future we will get connect very soon. I would love to get connect with you again.
I also enjoyed this conversation so much with you. Well, thank you for your precious time. I hope we meet again some other day. Bye.
Bye bye. It's completely my pleasure. Bye bye. Take care.